Mbogeli, as we wrap up our discussion, it's also important ukuthi sizwe ukuthi nina nithini einkundleni zethu zokuxhumana. Ake sibone ukuthi nithini ku Facebook. Ucela umusa uthi ayikho nje sitalo kunzima kulelizwe abasezikundleni bayicabangela bona nemndeni yabo abanendaba nentsha engasebenzi. Uthami uthi ayikho nhlobo ngithande ubaba ebengimlalele kubasiki bebunda izolo uthi uPresident Ramaphosa imaphi lamandla azoza nawo manje ekubeni akhande abantu abawu6 million abangasebenzi. Busisiwe Zikhali mina angeke ngithi khona noma ayikho kodwa engikubukayo amathuba okungasebenzi kwentsha asazonyuka kakhulu ngoba siyalabe bancane khona abantu abazoqashwa. The rest yemisebenzi izokwenziwa robotically okuyingxenye ye-technology esiyibona ikhula ngokusheshsha. Maybe uma abasezikhundleni bengazama ukuxhasa kakhulu ngakulentsha eziqalele amabhizinisi abo kungaba ngcono kakhulu. Mbogeli asiqhubeke futhi nje siphetha nje sikhulume nehambeli zethu. Aditi, some of the viewers there are saying that for them it's important that they also get supported when it comes to the businesses that they've started, and others are talking about the fact that as young people they're still struggling to be able to find employment. Some of this they also speak about the issue of robotics, for example, that some of the companies are moving to more technologically advanced equipment and that may not need people. So these are some of the concerns that these young people are voicing, and I wonder, what do you say?
Yeah, I mean, very valid concerns from our youth, and looking at the outlook of job opportunities and how we not only look at securing a job, but when we are in a job, how do we keep going on to future jobs, improving our career development? So very valid concerns, rightfully. In terms of opportunities, as Analesi mentioned, it exists. There are many opportunities out there, but what is the key challenge between communicating with youth at large within South Africa and ensuring that they drive themselves towards that support initiatives? When we want to talk about entrepreneurship within the Presidential Youth Initiative, we also work with the NYDA, National Youth Development Agency, that has a vast number of opportunities available for entrepreneurs on a small scale. Creating entrepreneurship is a key goal for us at YES. For us, that is where we see youth as game changers in terms of youth themselves creating more employment opportunities for other young people as well. A key aspect around those opportunities, how do you find them? How do you keep them? A key aspect is around networks. We might be all too familiar with social networks. And what we've seen is that we are not leveraging networks or social networks in particularly greatly for job opportunities or looking for employment. Is we use TikTok, we use Instagram. We may not be using LinkedIn as effective as possible to create those bridges with employers as well.
Such an important, conversation you're starting there, and I do hope that we get to expand on it in future. But briefly then, Sanalisi, as I give you the final bite here in about a minute, let's talk about the importance of what, Aditi is talking about, the networking, the using of social media correctly, because that's also where business looks for some of these young people.
Definitely, completely. And we're looking at a populace that uses social media and actually effectively uses the power of social media to be able to convene themselves, even outside of unemployment issues. And I think, firstly, that is incredibly commendable. And I think one of the things that we do reiterate in the initiatives that we have, that we are trying to bring up to massive scale, is that we have a capable youth. We have a youth that firstly wants to work, and a youth that only needs, number one, resources, and secondly, development. And if we were able to use what we have and collaborate in ways that actually matter, social media would definitely be at the center of bringing together the youth that are looking for absorption into the labor market. So completely on board with that. And I think as Business Unity South Africa, we are definitely at a policy and an advocacy level, and even outside of that particular scope, we are engaging heavily with respect to the usage of social media, social media apps, and digital platforms.
Let me thank you both for your time, and I do hope we speak again to arm our young people with more information. It's really been insightful. Thank you so much for joining us here on the show. Mbukeli, siyabonga kakhulu ukuthi nawe uhlanganyele kanye nathi nehambeli zethu. Usanelisiwe Jantjies, who's the Social Policy Manager at Business Unity South Africa, as well as Aditi Lachman, Head of Youth Programs at the Youth Employment Service. Mbukeli, asithembe ukuthi ingxoxo izoqhubeka emakhasini ethu okuxhumana. Okakhumalo wakwaZwane nethimba le ASIKHULUME sithi